All right. I'm Shay,
And I'm China.
and welcome back to Streaming While Black.
White Black. Woo!
And if you're new here, we talk about all of the shenanigans on the internet, pop culture, and the celebrity news and tea. And so I think one thing that is definitely on the top of everybody's mind is that what the fuck is going on with iCarlee Hustle, also known as Carly Russell, the chick that's been missing, then she popped up and then she kidnapped herself.
How do you even fucking concoction all this bullshit in your brain and like put all this shit together and then decide that you're just gonna try to disappear? You know, we all have our own issues in life and we all have our own things that we're going through, but like how do you even how? Like why? I mean, but that's a whole nother.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's so many questions that I have, and like this shit don't make no sense. And like,
No.
okay, I'm an
So
asshole because I was literally on Facebook, like we were all rooting for you with that meme from Tara Banks from America's
she
Top Model.
definitely was. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I told you so.
You did. Like I be trying to give people like the benefit
You
of the
want to give
doubt.
people the best. You want to see the best. One thing about her, she want to see the best in everybody. So I can't knock her for wanting a better outcome than what we got from iCarly.
No, that's not what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is that I don't really like people. Like the human race is fucked up, right? So I be trying to like look for things to help me keep my faith in mankind renewed. This is not one of those situations.
No, no.
Mankind is down 1,000 at this point because like I was really, hoping that this was some legit shit.
For
I
the
did not see
better,
this coming.
absolutely. Yeah. We all, I think, us as Black people, we all were wanting the best outcome for the situation. She definitely disappointed us. I don't care what anybody says. I know the comments are going crazy and people are
Oh
all like,
God.
I know you can't blame Black people. And like, no, no, I'm still rooting for us Black people. Just because, one bad apple, it doesn't rot in the whole, tree. So at the end of the day, it just is what it is. And I'm still rooting for us as Black people. Just because she fucked up doesn't mean we're all fuck ups. So
That's true.
negative comments about the situation about this is why you don't listen to Black people and this is why you don't believe everything. It's like, no, because what if it had been a situation that was real?
Right.
Then what? That's just how I feel.
This is what I have a problem with the commenters, as always.
Absolutely.
And the whole,
And
well,
I'm like,
now they not gonna look for us anymore because it was a hoax. They was never looking for us anyway, so it's not gonna stop anything. If anything,
exactly.
it give these people more bullshit to talk about throughout the week. Okay,
Absolutely.
like we still have over like 100,000 people at the last time I looked. Was it 300,000 people, something like that? It's a lot of women that have gone missing. Okay,
Missing.
and
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I don't think that we need to stop what we've been doing, which is, elevating and amplifying posts on, social media to get the word out for these people. But iCarly, I got questions. We need a statement. I know that she liked it a tweet or whatever. You want me to read the
Absolutely.
tweet?
Yes, please read this
Let me
week.
see. Hold on. Let's see. Is it the Bible tweet? Is it
Yeah,
this one? Carly, I ain't mad at you. Has you messed up? Has it sounds you had to do what you needed to for self preservation? The Bible says, you without sin shall cast the first stone. May the Lord be with you and all the families deeply affected by the situation. That one, the
absolutely.
one that she liked.
Yeah, the one that she likes. Is it really mental illness? Or is it just like she was just felt like she wanted to escape and get away? And maybe this is the best way she felt like she can do that.
Mm,
Neither here nor there. Um, what I'm trying to say is that she liked the tweet, pretty much agreeing to her staging this whole disappearance. that she had done. And it's like, we all got shit going on, but who in their right mind is going to come up with some bullshit like
I think that's what we're all thinking, is that she's probably not in her right
that?
mind. I mean, I don't.
So do you
Here's
think
what
it's
I
mental? Let me
no.
ask
Here's
you.
what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. iCarlee, you need to come in front of the fucking congregation and let us know what the hell was going
Let
on. Like,
we
I'm
got
not. I don't have. I no longer have the brain capacity to be trying to figure out why motherfuckers be doing goofy shit. I
Mhm.
don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she is going through some things, I hope that she's able to get through them and get the resources that she needs. But I'm not getting ready to start like hypothesizing what goofies are doing, because unfortunately this shit is goofy as fuck. Like, there's no real rhyme or reason to it, and there's so many more questions that I have, like, where the fuck were you at for like 3 days? Like, they got you on the surveillance,
It's
taking a
wood
roll
can't be down
toilet
with
paper from the
she was
job. Was you in the woods with
marshmallows.
toilet
She was
paper?
out
Like,
there in the
what was you
fucking
doing?
woods. She was in the fucking woods roasting marshmallows with a fucking
I roasted marshmallows. So she was out here camping for real. She wasn't glamping. She was camping.
she
Is
was
that what you
camping.
tried to tell me?
Absolutely. She was roasting her fucking marshmallows in her tent.
Wait a
Sleeping.
minute. What are Cheez-Its? Don't forget the Cheez-Its. Or you could just do like regular people do and take a vacation. Like,
That part.
you know what? You don't even have to
But
leave the
maybe
state.
she
You don't have
wasn't
to
in
leave
the
the
woods.
city. You could have a staycation. You could mosey on down to the embassy suites and just stay there for the weekend. You just let somebody know where you at. That's it. We didn't even have to do all of this. Now you ain't even have a boyfriend. The boyfriend ain't even trying to claim you. Your
Mm-mm.
family embarrassed. You had your whole family go on the Today Show, and embarrassing, embarrassing. That don't make no damn sense. Like, so yeah, iCarlee, bring your ass in front of the congregation and let us know what's really going on. Don't be liking tweets and shit
Please.
being sympathetic to your plight. You have some explaining to
Absolutely.
do. Like, at this point, I'm not even saying that you owe us anything, but you've left questions that need to be answered, in all honesty.
Uh-huh.
That's just where I'm gonna leave it, because I can't with her. This was just weird. It didn't make no sense. This is not the type of shit that black people typically do. If we want to be, and we want to talk stereotypically, this is not what we do. We don't do things like this, and
Yeah.
it's very concerning.
Mm-hmm. The
But
question is, do you, friend to friend, feel like that it's mental illness? Or do you think that she was just going through some shit? Or do you think it was attention seeking? Like, I mean, it could only be three things. One, it could be multiple things.
oh,
But
I mean,
my
the bride
in
ain't
my
told us shit. Well, I don't know. I mean,
so
she's not said anything. But what this is what I can say. What I can say is that it's hard to say because no one has talked to this broad. We don't even have a real reason. All we have is like a whole bunch of theories and shit floating out here in these internet streets. We don't have no theory. The family hasn't said shit. Nobody has said anything. Maybe she has a mental disorder. Who knows? And hopefully we'll find out. But honestly, the way this shit is looking, we'll probably never get a statement from her.
I don't
Next
think we
time we
will.
probably hear from iCarlee is to see her mugshot. I don't know.
I totally agree. So what do we have up next?
Tamar, I think Tamar is trying to get a cooking show. Have you seen her videos on TikTok lately?
I have not. You know, Ari, it has a cooking
Fletcher?
show as well. Yeah, Ari Fletcher. Yeah, Ari, Moneybag Yo's.
Miss, I can't sleep on my ass because my ass hurts.
Yeah, she has a cooking show as well. And it's just to me, I just feel like that. I mean, and I could be wrong. So please comment down below if you feel like that I'm wrong. I mean, if you have a different opinion on how I feel, I listen, I respect it. But if you're a singer, stick to that. You know, I'm not
Why?
saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't do other things like fashion and what cooking.
Some people, hey, Patti LaBelle can burn, I heard.
Okay, I went to get that sweet potato pie and it was not that fucking great. And I wish I could get the last hour of my life back fucking with that pie, but I can't. I might be a little bit over an hour. But either way it goes, if I can redo my life again, I'd have never went and got that fucking pie because after I ate that pie, I never went and got another one.
You know what?
So they're that good. If that tells you anything, I love Patty LaBelle. I love her. Like I love her. But that pie was not as great as people were making it out to be.
I mean, it was definitely over sensationalized. The problem that I have with Tamar in this TikTok cooking show situation she's doing, because you can't tell me that she's not angling for a cooking show at this point. You cannot tell me she's not. This is
And
like
she's
the
making it for
second
her own
video that
stuff.
I've seen of her trying to like cook things, but like not really cook things. You know what I'm saying? So the first one was some kind of peach cobbler cake situation, and I was here for it until she broke out the margarine. If you want to ingest plastic, knock yourself out. Meanwhile, over here, I'm gonna be fucking with real dairy products. Okay, I'm gonna be fucking with real butter. That's real butter makes everything taste better. I don't care. I don't care. So she broke out the margarine, and I'm like, she need to be breaking that generational curse right there. You can't tell me that's not a generational curse that she is trying to like carry on through generations. But I saw that and I was just like, okay, Tamar, I can't with you in this, but I'm here for you trying to cook. And then she was trying to do something with a rotisserie chicken. I don't know. But my whole point is that I just find it funny that she's trying to do a cooking show. Like that's what I really feel like. She's trying to pitch without really pitching. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm sitting here thinking about as you're talking? She was really good on the view, on the not the view, but
On the real,
the real. Yes.
she was.
When she so maybe this is gonna be like her way of creating her own talk show, Watch This Cooking. And
Hmm,
if that's the case, then I mean I found Tamar to be very entertaining.
she
So
is. I like her. She's great TV.
I love when I tell you as far as entertainment, as far as shows and singing, like, oh my gosh, she's so amazing. Like when she
Do
left,
you Do you think if they were to reboot Real Housewives, right, and they get Candy off of there, I think she would be a good housewife.
Tamar will be Tamar will be an amazing host. Or not host, but amazing um housewife. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she'd be really good.
All right. So speaking of people in Atlanta, can we talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the Scrappy and Bam love story? This is some bullshit. Like, okay, so I don't. Have you been watching this Love and Hip Hop this
No,
season?
no, but I
Oh my
have
god.
been watching the Shade Room and the Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to them. I love them. That's where I get all my latest like gossip and tea and everything from. Um, but I have seen where um Bambi said allegedly Scrappy wasn't paying the rent and she had to move out and find her and her kids another place to live.
Oh, I have something to say about that. So last
So,
was it last? It was either last season or season before
but
last. Wait a minute. It was a whole thing about him finding somewhere for them to live, right?
mm,
And he made a whole big production about he bought her a house. He didn't buy a house. The same house that they showed on that season that he bought her that house is the same house that they moved out of. And the
it
same
was the
house, wait a
whole
minute,
time they were renting that
they
house.
were renting that house. Why,
Absolutely
why
not. I
are
don't
they taking
know.
it? Nobody cares.
But they have to make it look good. And a lot of these love and
He
hip hop,
hasn't had a hit in a
a
decade.
lot of these love and hip hop casts are broke. Like
But ain't nobody
much
stupid.
more money than me and you, to be honest.
Huh?
I
What
don't
now?
think they have two. I mean, I know they have more money than me and you, but I don't
No,
think
they
they have
don't. No, they don't.
more money.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Too much
No, they
more than
don't.
I think it's all. I think it's all of a side. I think it's all like for
Girl, the way that shit is looking
entertainment
at
purpose.
Scrappy and Bam's house, the way that shit is looking at Scrappy and Bam's house, I feel like I make more money than both of them right now.
I
I
might.
mean,
I can
that
possibly
shit is
agree with
fucking ridiculous.
that. Mhm.
Like, no, none of that makes any sense at all. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, how is it that if Scrappy is not really making any money, right? He keep complaining that he can't make no money. You supposed to have all this other stuff going on over here, all these businesses making money, right? If
Mhm.
he's not able to, you know what type of man you marry. If he's not able to pull his weight and he's not been consistently pulling his weight, why are you moving? You should be able to handle that because you know the type of man that you marry, where you cannot overextend yourself because you never know what kind of income this man is going to bring in.
And listen, ladies, this is for the ladies. If you get into a relationship and because sometimes you can love a person and you can see the best in them, and you can get in a relationship where you feel like, okay, eventually, like I see potential in this man. Eventually
Yeah, but this
I
ain't
know
it.
he can.
This ain't one of them situations, but go on.
Right, but I'm saying for the people, this is
Mhm.
just to educate the women out there who possibly one day or maybe are in a situation now where they see the potential in a man that they feel like that they're able to make a certain type of money, or they have the potential to get a better job in the future. But if that is not the situation at that current time, do not hold them to it. So for me, like, even if you have a man that you is not making that much money, but don't to me, don't expect them to like pay it on their own, because if you don't know how responsible that man is, like, why do you? I mean, my hope. What I'm trying to say is, I gotta know my bills are paid. If that makes sense. If that Do that make sense?
I hear what you're saying. And what you're saying makes sense for everybody that's not on the cast of Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
The average
Okay.
regular person, that makes sense. For
Okay.
Bam, none of this applies.
Because you
Because no, no, no. Let me tell you
like you
why.
would have to physically hand
No,
me my money, or I would have to see a Zelle, a Cash App,
no, you missing
Venmo.
my point. You missing my point here. My point is this, is that it's not like Bambi got with him and he was at the height of his career. Okay? She
Right.
came into that situation on a downturn. Scrappy didn't have
Absolutely.
no money when she got with him.
Right.
You know what I'm
Why?
saying? He
Why
didn't really
do you
have the
expect
money like
men
that
to pay his
anyway.
bills?
He didn't have no money like that anyway. But this is the problem that I have with her in this. She, like everybody else, she sat up there and watched Erica Dixon go through the bullshit with this man. She saw that and thought, as many women do, oh, not me. It'll never happen to me. I can change him. I can fix him. You can't change a man. You can't fix a man. You can't do it. Men change if they want to because they want to. So that was her first problem. Her second problem was is to rely on a has-been rapper. Let's keep it a being. He's a
When is the
has-been
last
rapper.
time he had a hit? Now, don't get me wrong. I like Scrappy as a person, but he hasn't had a hit besides Love and Hip Hop. What other income does he have? Because
That's the
I don't
point
know.
that I'm trying to make. He don't. I mean, unless he does shows, I don't know who's paying to see him. But unless he does shows, he doesn't really make any money. And
I
that's the
can't
whole
even
problem.
remember what his song was. Do you know what song he had? Because I know he had. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about
Trip?
it, because you're thinking too long, which lets me know you don't know.
Was it some cut? He didn't
Mhm.
do, or is it going down, or is that Young Jock? I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I
No,
don't know.
Young
I
Jock
don't
is
remember.
"Meet Me in the Trap."
Yeah,
It's going
it's going
down.
down.
Meet
Okay, that was
me in the
Young Jock.
bar.
I don't
It's
remember
going
what Scrappy
down.
did.
Meet me in the club.
But
It's
see,
going down.
Now, see, young Jock, he got
Uh-huh.
money. He got money. Because
Because he
he
figured out
stayed
how
working. He stayed working.
he stay
But
relevant.
my point is that Bam, like everybody else, she watched him and Erica Dixon go through the same shit that she's going through right now, and she just knew it wasn't gonna be her. So my thing is this: is that when you're dealing with someone who has inconsistent income, that you know is immature, you know is not responsible, you have to unfortunately take the lead, and you have to make concessions for that person, meaning that you don't go into financial situations that you have to rely on his income. You know he's not mature. You know that his income is not consistent. Why would you buy a house or rent a house that you can't really afford by yourself if something happens to him? Like, personally, if something happened to my husband, I could pay the mortgage. Would it be difficult? Would it be hard? Would I have to change my whole fucking lifestyle? Maybe, but I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go into situations that you have to rely on somebody else, especially when that person is not trustworthy.
Listen,
And that's the problem I have with Scrappy and Bam.
my mother always told me, you never put yourself in a situation that you can't get out of once a man leaves.
Also, what I want to talk about is this: like, when did it become cool for your friends to like feel
Oh,
free
you're
to
talking
just
about
like
the
walk up on your man and just like chastise him, and like what kind of shit is that?
I can't remember who was that. Now you gotta refresh my memory. I think it was the girl who cooks. What's her name? She the girl from Love and Hip Hop who cooks. She walked
Oh,
up on Scrappy.
Sierra. Sierra.
Yes, Sierra walked up on Scrappy, and then also
Erica
I
Mina did
also
it too. Erica Mina did it
and
first.
and Kurt's Rashida did it as well.
Like, that is no, you have to mind your business. Like, you can't be getting involved with that shit. Like, no. Like, I love you, best friend, but if you ever did that to my husband, we would have a whole conversation, and it would be cuss words.
It would never happen because
Like,
I
you
no, it
don't
would never
do
happen.
that. Like, you can't.
Unless my best friend said, unless you came to me, he did something really fucked up to you, and you said, "Come on, let's
No,
ride."
even no,
Listen.
no,
I'm
even then. First of all, you know me. I'm not gonna do that. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that because anything that involves best friend, let's ride. That means that after we do whatever it is that we ride into, we have to make it to the border. Those are not things that I take very lightly. Those are things that are probably not going to happen because I value my freedom. But it's very rare that I would say, okay, you know what,
you
go ahead and
did
check my
like that's the
husband.
only situation that I would like if my best friend called me and said, "Hey, like you're really messed up," and like you were like, "Come on, let's go over here. Let's like." I mean, I'm not gonna do anything to like jeopardize my freedom, but if you say, "Come on, let's go bust out his window," I'm like, "Let's go, girl."
Girl, I'm too old to be busting out windows, but you
And
know.
just saying, you just never know what situation. I mean,
No, I got two words for you. Community property. I'm too old to be busting out the windows of shit that I partially own.
next,
All right. Jamie Foxx is up and around and giving statements and just, looking a little on the pale side of things, eyebrows looking a
yeah,
little sparse. You
he
know,
definitely. People
he
leave
looks
him
like he's been
alone.
sick.
Give him a break. He definitely listen. I coming from a person who was in the hospital sick. I went in looking a certain way. I came out looking a totally different way because I was in there for a month, well, almost a month. I know the change in features and everything. He wasn't just hiding out. He actually was sick.
Well, we're gonna go with he was sick because he looks sick.
Yeah,
We don't know.
absolutely. But we not under because he could have made himself look sick. I mean, these actors
That's
got
why
enough
I'm
money
like,
that
he
these
said
actors
he's
have enough
sick. That's what
money.
it is. But
These actors have enough money to make themselves be whatever the hell they want themselves to
and
be.
let's provide a little context. So the reason why we say that is that there was a certain court case or lawsuit that he's involved in with allegedly. with
Yeah.
Leo
Leonardo
DiCaprio
DiCaprio,
and
Lee,
somebody
yeah.
else. I want to say Matt Damon, but I could be wrong. And
Mhm.
it has to do with like the Singapore, like the Singapore Country Fund or some shit like that. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Google it. But basically, some investor was over here kicking it in
Isn't it
Hollywood.
best?
He was investing in
Mhm.
things, and come to find out, he had embezzled money from Singapore. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So rumors in the internet streets is that he was faking an illness. Jamie Foxx, that is, he was faking an illness so that he didn't have to participate in the legal proceedings.
Mhm.
I don't know if I believe that. That's a little far fetched, even for somebody with money that could pull that off.
But you know what
But
though? It's not a little far fetched because you have to
why is
understand,
it
like
not?
if he can get out of not um testifying in court or not being brought to the stand, why would he not do that? He doesn't even want to be
Gonna have to
attacked.
do it at some point. What you gonna do? Play like you ill for the rest of your life? Like at some
I
point,
mean,
you're
he could,
gonna have to go.
maybe he felt like he can do it until the court case was over with, you know, and they made a
That's not
decision.
how
Maybe
that
he felt like
works.
that.
I mean, because they could. That's not how that works because they can continue. They can do continuances. You can
I mean,
continue a court case forever. So I don't think that that was it. And then they was also saying in these streets that Jamie Foxx was cloned.
which
So
is not true. Like
they
why
be doing too much.
why do you guys do this? Why, friend? Why do they always every time something happens, like Tupac? Oh, he's cloned.
But you know why
Uh,
they said that, right?
why?
His movie premiered on Netflix. They cloned Tyrone. That premiered on Friday.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
he did his little, he popped his head out the hole. Was it on Thursday or Friday? So it was kind of convenient because he
Oh,
hasn't
sad.
done any promo for that movie. But it
Yeah.
was a good movie. I enjoyed it. You should check it out.
I'll check it out then. I have to check it out. But I mean, but they do say that about a lot of people. Like, oh, they've been cloned. It's like, no, people, like, come on, like, let's stop it. Like,
I
but I
still
mean,
think that Tupac is down in South America somewhere, though. I don't care what nobody say. Tupac is alive.
you think so?
Yeah, I do.
Why
I
do you
do.
think?
It's there too many sightings, man. Too many sightings. And then I'm old enough to remember when they did the autopsy and like they got his height wrong. It was a mess. They said that man was like 6'2". That man ain't never been 6'2".
Okay, so what else? Like, tell me. Okay, besides the
They
pipe, what
they've
else?
said they've said that they've seen him like various parts of the world. Like they said they've seen him in South America. They said they've seen him in Colombia. They said they saw him in a club. I can't remember what country he was in, but they said that they saw him in a club. They had video footage at one point. This was like shit back in, I want to say, the early 2000s. Yeah,
Did they
but I mean
really?
it's been a thing. Yeah. Maybe it's the reason why Jada can't let his memory go.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So when his funeral and everything was taking place, was his body there?
They say not. They say he was cremated. Girl, there's like 50 million documentaries about who killed Tupac and what happened.
No,
Because it
Tupac
was
was
so few.
cremated. Okay, hold on. So maybe he is cloned. Now this might be the
I
now
don't
this
know if he's
right here.
cloned or not, but I don't think he's dead. So
Maybe he's not dead. Okay, so Tupac was because they said it about Michael Jackson as well. I got sick of
I
that.
had not heard that. Really?
Yeah, they did. Michael Jackson's not dead. He's not dead. He's not dead. I'm like, that man is dead.
Okay,
Um,
I had never heard that.
so you're actually you're enlightening me on a lot of things I knew nothing about. So you're telling me that he was actually cremated, correct?
Yeah, he was cremated. According from what I
There was
remember.
never a funeral service. There was never,
No, they probably had a funeral service, but he was cremated though.
but there was never a body. Because sometimes, like, listen,
So
you can do a body viewing with the body, and then you can
let me
cremate later.
let me answer your question. He was cremated. They had a funeral. I don't remember if they had a viewing or not. I don't remember that, but I do know that there was a memorial. He was definitely cremated, and the man who performed the autopsy, that was the last autopsy that he performed. He retired. There has been 50 million different documentaries about the death of Tupac because it was way too many coincidences and weird occurrences that occurred with that whole situation. Like I said, there's 50 million of them out there. If you got some time, do your research. But I know I sound like one of them crazy ass white people that think that Elvis is still alive. But yeah, Tupac is my Elvis, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to apparently city girls want to get married too. So JT wants the championship ring now. She wants to be the MVP of somebody's life. She wants to be Uzi Vert's star player. Is that what is this what this is about? Because I mean, because you could want to get married, but you can like want to marry somebody other than who you with. I would prefer that she marry somebody other than who she's with. Are they even
I agree.
together?
I
Because
agree
like
with you
after
on
the
that.
BET
But
Awards,
listen,
it didn't seem like they was gonna be together long.
yeah, I agree with you on that.
Okay, well, apparently JT is trying to change into wifehood. So is she trying to do that with Uzi right though?
Uzi is cool.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Like
I
the
mean,
BET Awards, they did not look
Uzi-
like they were happy at the BET Awards.
listen, Uzi is weird, and I don't want to
Yeah.
see her with Uzi. I think for her to be like she's a city girl, like she need a like. I mean, she needs like something different than Uzi. But if that's what she chooses, then who am I to judge her?
I think she could do better, but that's just
I
me.
absolutely think she could do better. But who am I to choose her? Because I mean, who am I to judge her? Because
Oh, I'm
I
not
would.
judging. I just want her to do better. Because I
Yeah.
mean, clearly I'm sorry, but I'm never gonna forget about the time that that motherfucker thought he was Thanos and he put a whole fucking gemstone in his forehead. I'm never gonna forget about that.
And then they snatched it out.
I'm never gonna forget about that. So this motherfucker was literally acting like he was a fucking Avenger and an X-Man.
It was worth it. That pink stone was worth a whole lot of money.
That's what he said.
He said that he lost it. It fell out. But I truly believe somebody snatched it out because, like, look at him. He's like, he's
I
not
don't
bigger
even
than
think
the,
it was real.
you know.
No, no. I mean, it's been proven that the majority of jewelry that these people have is not even fucking real jewelry. So, no. I never thought the Steven Universe of the rap world had a whole real pink diamond. No. I never thought that.
But city girls can change though.
Yeah, they can definitely change. I
Really,
just
but some
don't
people
know
think
if
that because
changing
they
to
rap.
Uzi Vert is the move, but you know.
But I think where they get it misconstrued is some people think because they rap about like how they were back in the day and like having sex with multiple men and and like being like wild and partying and like niggas ain't this and niggas ain't that, that they can't change. But it's like they did that for entertainment purposes only. That's not exactly how they actually feel in the inside.
We
It's
don't
all for
know.
it's all for entertainment purposes. So like if she
Uh,
wasn't
sure,
very little,
China, I don't. We don't know. We don't know that. For them, we don't know that. JT didn't been to jail and shit. We don't know what their real life is. But what I will say is that if she want to get married, knock yourself out. Hopefully, it turns out to be everything that you thought it was going to be and more.
absolutely. I wish you the best, JT.
All right. Who else we got here? Twitter changes its logo. First of all, who's still on Twitter? Because last time I heard everybody was leaving Twitter to go to Spill. And then if you didn't go to Spill because you on Android like myself, then you went over there to Threads, which to me looks like a Instagram, but it's really Twitter. Who's on? People are still on Twitter, I guess.
What spill? You got to enlighten me on what spill.
So I thought we talked about this. So apparently, two guys that used to work at Twitter who got fired or laid off or whatever you want to call it. When Elon Musk, who I like to call the alien from South Africa, when he decided to take over Twitter, he laid off a whole bunch of people. These two guys were a part of that layoff, and one of them is definitely black. The other one is claiming to be black. He is supposed to be biracial, but that motherfucker looked like he could be related to DJ Khaled. So I don't know. I don't know. But so apparently Spill is supposed to be the answer to Twitter. And apparently that's where all of Black Twitter went who have iPhones because, as usual, when these motherfuckers make apps, they don't never want to make an app for Android. We are always in beta, and we're always in beta for fucking ever, even though the majority of people on the planet that have a cell phone is a fucking Android. Makes no fucking sense. But that's just another rant for another day. So they make this app, people are on it. Honestly, I've not heard anything else about it in the last 2 weeks. I don't even know if it took off, if it's popular or what. But I'm on Android, so I won't know probably until 2 years from now anyway. Um, and then there's Threads, which I know was it last week or so. That was a pretty hot topic. So basically, if you have a Facebook account and you have an Instagram account, you can go ahead and download Threads and you can play on Threads and act like it's Twitter. I downloaded it. I've not played on it because I'm already hanging out in Zuckerberg's universe. So I don't know. So yeah, so they decided to do that. So that prompts we come back to the question again, who's still on Twitter? Apparently people are still on Twitter because there's a whole lot of mess that's trending on there right now. So I don't know why this alien wants to change the Twitter app icon or logo to an X. Like what the fuck is that about? Like
Right.
why X? Did he even say?
He
I don't
never
know.
made
I didn't read
he
it.
never mentioned as to why he wanted to switch it to an X, but he did definitely said that he wanted to switch it to an X, and I think it's supposed to be updated by within the next 48 hours. I could be wrong, guys.
You know what he reminds me of?
What?
Elon Musk reminds me of the Wolf of Wall Street, like
Oh,
when he was coked
absolutely.
up, because
Oh,
it seems like he
absolutely.
makes a lot of fucking decisions on drugs, allegedly. Because I don't know if the man does drugs or not, but a lot of those decisions seems like they are sponsored and fueled by coca. Like seriously, like he just does the wildest inane ass shit for like no reason at all. Like literally, nobody be paying attention to Elon, and next thing you know, he's doing some goofy shit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't know. I'm just
So
waiting
what
for
do
him
we
to
have
have
next?
another kid and name it after like a geometry problem or something. I don't know. I don't like that man. I really don't. I really feel like he's an alien, and I don't mean like an illegal alien. I mean like an alien from a whole motherfucking different solar system. That's what I believe. He look like an alien. He act like an alien. Tell me he not an alien. Prove it to me.
We said it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck.
He alien, and I don't mean someone from Atlanta. He's an alien. All right. But what is interesting is cocaine sharks.
Oh,
So okay, so
you gotta hear
has
this shit, people.
so has someone who was raised off of like Scarface and shit, and like all of the gangster movies and all of that, you come with a certain level of knowledge when it comes to drug smuggling, right? So we all know that for a very long time that a lot of drugs came into the country through Miami, and there's a thing called a Coast Guard. Okay, some of you might know what the Coast Guard is when that tin can that was passing itself off as being a submarine imploded a couple of weeks back, right? So there's the Coast Guard, and so what happens is that when smugglers were trying to smuggle drugs, and I imagine they still do this, there's certain routes that they would take in ocean, like from Colombia to Miami. And what they would do is that when they would see the Coast Guard, they would throw cocaine bundles over, into the ocean, right? Well, that shit has to go somewhere, right? So,
Apparently.
wait, hold on. So this shit has to go somewhere. So if it doesn't wash up on the shore, which it has done, like there's a whole documentary about that shit too. That
Oh
shit was
yeah.
wild.
Mhm.
But if it doesn't wash up on the shore, it's in the ocean, right? So there's sharks in the ocean. We got cocaine sharks. The sharks are eating the cocaine, and the sharks are probably walling out. Now, I got a theory with this. The sharks have been playing with the boats lately. Okay, like they've been trying to like knock into boats and whatnot. No, not the sharks. The whales. The whales have been like knocking into tankers, and they've been playing with boats and stuff in the ocean. So when if sharks are not the only big fish out there that have had an opportunity to get a little cocaine out with their caviar? You know what I'm saying? A little toot toot with their blowfish or whatever fish they're eating. Maybe the blowfish doesn't kill them. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what's going on in the ocean. Is that the ocean is high right now, super high, because cocaine bundles. Ain't no
Wow.
telling what's in that damn ocean. Like, I honestly, at this point in the game in 2023, I would not be surprised if a kraken that was like 30 feet tall rolls up out of the ocean just high off of coke at this point. Because I mean, what else can happen this year?
Exactly. Well, if they do eat blowfish or whatever, they got a little toot with their bloop bloop.
Bloop, bloop. With the grouper. I don't
Little
know.
pepper. They got a little pepper with their snapper.
Yeah, little powder with snapper. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's all I got. You got anything
Well,
else?
no, that's all I have for everybody today. It's been amazing. Like, we are back at it again. We will be consistently doing this dropping. How often, friend, are we? Because like she is like the mastermind of all of this. Like, I literally just show up and drink my drink, and that's all I do. Like, so I don't know. How often are we going to be dropping these, friend?
So I am going to be. I'm trying to drop them every week. So last week's will go up between. Well, I've been drinking, so not tonight. Tomorrow. So
Don't blame me.
so last week's episode will go up tomorrow, and then this episode, depending on editing, I'm trying to get it up before Friday.
Okay.
So if I can get it out before Friday, then we'll be on a cadence of every week. We'll be dropping new episodes. I have to do a lot of editing, so we'll see. And then we have a new logo that's going to appear with episodes, and I'm trying to get our
Why
social media
don't we have any like
up.
horns to like announce like the shit that we have going on? Like,
You want horns?
yeah, like horns and stuff. Horns, music.
There is
Um,
a reason why the episode from last week is not
I mean,
up
can we
yet.
get a cocaine shark to go across the screen? When we were about to.
There's a reason why this shit is not up yet. That shit hard. This shit is not easy.
I'll do it. I know,
I'll see what I can do, but that shit is not easy, man. I gotta figure out programs and shit and try to figure out how to get music in it like it was before. I'm using a totally different program from 3 years ago.
Listen, people, like, she is the mastermind behind all of this. Like, I am the person that just shows up and
I
I
try.
talk my shit, and I don't do anything besides talk my shit, because she's amazing. Like, so whenever she drops it is when she'll drop it. But please subscribe, hit the like button. Like, we'll have more coming. We're not gonna stop this time. We're gonna keep going
No.
and going and going. And if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about, please, please, please let us know.
Yeah, you
Please.
can let us know. I'm not gonna guarantee that we're gonna talk about it, but sure, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, and then, in the comments below, like, if you don't agree with what we have to say, like, just let us know how you feel. Not that
Yeah.
we give a fuck, but you can always go.
I'm more of an asshole than she is, so yeah.
I'm really not that bad. She really is worse than me. Like,
I'm an
I
asshole.
promise.
I know. I'm very
Yeah.
self-aware. I'm
Me,
very
I care.
self-aware.
I do somewhat care. I'll be like, oh, but, you know, this, and she'll be like, "Oh, fuck them." So
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, will please like and subscribe and follow and share. Please don't let me be doing this shit in vain because I literally could be doing something else. So, but I enjoy doing this. But yes, please like, follow, share, comment, and be civil, be mature, be mature.
Black-owned businesses. Now, we
We
do
are,
care about this.
yes,
We
we do.
definitely care about this. So this is something we're very passionate about. Black-owned businesses, if you guys have anything that you want us to like show or anything, or if you have like a business that you want us to shout out, please, please, please don't be afraid to like comment below or on the video. We'll definitely shout you guys out. And if you have anything you want to send us, we'll definitely wear it, show it, whatever you want us to do. So like we're big on that for sure. We definitely care about that.
Within reason. Don't send me no G string because I'm not wearing no G string. I'm just saying.
He would have to say the wildest thing
Because
out there. Like
shit
why
though.
even go to a G string? Like I don't get it.
I'm telling you, people do this shit. Like, you have no idea. Like, I'm just not trying to get in a situation where somebody sends us some
I
shit.
would not
Really do
wear
not
the
want to
G
wear it.
string. Okay,
Huh?
okay, okay. So can we say this? We wouldn't wear the G string, of course, on our
You said
podcast.
where? I'm just.
We
You
wouldn't
said
wear it.
where?
However, we might wear it for our husbands, and then we'll let you know what happened.
She
Somewhat,
might
not
wear it
everything.
for
We're not
her
gonna go into
husband.
full detail. But like, oh, he liked it, and thank you guys for this. Go buy a G string from this company because my
So
husband is.
we are big on black business, and we definitely promote, and we will promote within reason. And if that's a t-shirt, I have no problem wearing t-shirts. I like t-shirts actually. But certain things I may or may not try, like G-strings and like bath bombs because I have sensitive skin. So,
Oh
but I
yeah,
will,
my
but
cootie
I'll
cat don't
definitely
agree with that. I
promote.
ain't doing it.
Like for instance, in my hair, I am wearing the Tohaji hair products, which curl for days goes. Like I love this shit. It goes. But I always try to purchase black owned products whenever possible. Different lip glosses, hair products, t-shirts, clothing companies, everything. And apparently one of my fur kids is telling me that I'm done for the night. Lulu is here. Lulu said I'm
Well,
being too
it's
loud.
been real, guys, and
Peace, love, and hair grease, as a
come back.
philosopher of the 20th century once said, Don Cornelius. And we out.